This was mayhem. That don't look good. It is not rocket science. Couldn't organise a piss-up in a brewery. Bloody clueless. Total bloody mess. You're fired. You are fired. You're fired. You're fired.
And welcome to the interview special edition of The Apprentice. You're fired. 5 candidates faced a grilling by Lord Sugar's inquisitors, but by the end, only 2 remained. After one of the most surprising episodes in years, we'll be unravelling what happened to Jordan, Francesca and Neil. I mean, what happened to Jordan? What happened to Neil? So many questions. We'll be assessing the merits also and the challenges faced by Louisa and Leah as they go head-to-head in next week's final. Now, let's meet our panel. Entrepreneur and business investor Dale Murray, Radio 1's Matt Edmondson and comedian Andi Osho. Welcome to You're Fired. So tonight, it was finally the chance to scrutinise the final 5's business plans, leading to one candidate immediately being shown the door.
Jordan, I've got nowhere further to go, really, with this business plan of yours. Jordan, you're fired.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity, Lord Sugar.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jordan Poulton. That didn't last long, Jordan, did it?
It didn't.
It didn't. Did you know when you got away from the interviews and went into the boardroom that really
Yeah,
was...
I knew from about the first 5 minutes of the interviews that I was gone.
Really? There's a bit of you with your hand clenching and unclenching and you're keeping a facade up.
Yeah, they didn't show the tears.
Oh, really? God, that was tough. By the way, it's kind of ironic, really, because normally when you get fired, you get 100% of a show to yourself, and you don't even get 50, but you get 33 and a third percent, which is the kind of figures you were bandying about, so that should be fair enough, like, at least it's mine to offer. The deal, Jordan. Let's see how this deal let you down.
You say you can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 3 minutes.
Yes.
Your time starts now.
This process is to find Lord Sugar a business partner, but you already have a partner.
Yes.
You are not a shareholder in this business. Therefore, you've got no right to negotiate or to give away a part of a business that you do not own.
I've had a gentleman's agreement since the day I met this person and told him what my vision was, that I would be part of this company.
Cut the crap here.
That's your time. Oh, I'm sorry.
I made a mistake, I'll admit it. It was the pressure.
You've got no right to be here because you're feeding on somebody else's idea. I think this interview is terminated. You can leave now.
Were you under the impression that this was Dragon's Den? Could I not have made this more clear? Every time I do that to the camera, 50% of the business, 250 grand, what part of that memo did you seem to not get?
No, I did get that, but an investment's a little bit more than just an amount of money and a percentage. And I was maybe a bit heavy-handedly trying to make a point like that.
Yeah. By the way, there were other people in this business, this pre-existing business.
Yeah,
yes?
so I'd been working on this business for 6 months with my partner, and in actual fact, he had started a limited company before he'd met me, but it was a pre-product business. There was no money that we were making, so really he was using it to monitor expenses and that sort of stuff. So, like, I was just really stupid in not actually making sure that I'd fixed the equity before I came in, and it was a
so but it left you in an awkward position. But the 15.39%. Look, I mean, you're a charming man, but it takes a fair amount of sweet talking to go, you say 50, I say 15.39.
I maybe saw it as a negotiating point and we could meet somewhere in the middle.
Really? Yeah, somewhere in the middle being 50%. Because it's drummed in, even as the process was going on, 50% this, 250 grand, 50%, 250 grand. Mm-hmm. Did you know that this time bomb was ticking at some stage, that you were going to have to...
Yeah, I knew it was coming, but I like to break the rules.
Yes, it worked out delightfully. Now, and then the other thing was it was the setting up of a new business. That it had to be the setting up of a new business.
I think that was partly why I made the mistake with the equity, because it would be starting a new business. I thought, why do I need to worry about fixing the equity in this existing business if I have to start a new business anyway? That the person I've been working with knew what was happening, and we'd agreed what we would share if and when I won the investment, and so I assumed that would be enough, but clearly not.
OK, fine. Dale, by the way, if I can just introduce you, you now work as an angel investor, which is startups and putting investment into company. You yourself, you brought mobile top-ups to this country first, so you're coming from that experience into it. This was an unusual technique to approach the Apprentice interview with.
This was an extremely odd technique, I think. I think whenever you approach anyone for an investment, especially when you've gone through this process, a 10-week process, really arduous, I think you've got yourself really tied up in knots at the end. You needed to have a much more compelling story and be quite clear and quite straightforward, because investors, in 30 seconds, can look at companies' house information and find you out, and they always will.
Yeah, the honest truth is that I'm not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. It was a huge mistake, and there's no excusing it. It was a schoolboy error.
You felt you said, Matt, were you surprised, shocked?
I was not surprised that he's been fired, no. I was shocked at how it all crumbled at the end. Not least of all with the Rubik's Cube. What happened there? We've heard the excuse of the business. I want to know why that little guy didn't get solved.
I wish you had one. I could do one now and show that I can actually do it.
Have you been practicing since the day you were fired? Knowing that it would come, sat in your room going, right, it's 2 turns to the right, 1 turn to the left, and it's done!
But we'd gone like 10 weeks and I hadn't even thought about it, and then someone starts a stopwatch and it's stressful, and
you were basically in Rubik's rehab, is what you're saying. You've not had time to play around with it.
Yeah.
OK.
Andy, were you surprised?
Not surprised. My advice would be, like, if you are going to sell a business that doesn't belong to you, aim for the sky. You know, you should have gone in there and gone, I'm starting a business. It sells phones, tablets. We're playing around with, like, a fruit-based name, pear, orange, maybe apple. We'll see what flight. You should go in like that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you give me 250 grand? I was there by the end of the week. You could walk down Regent Street. I'll have a shop there. Were you tempted, by the way, when the heat was on and you knew you were going to get fired, to pull the old... I knew you'd bring it up. You're the one who brought it up. You literally bits of things from days ago. It was horrendous what was going on.
I was trying not to cough.
This is what Lord Sugar had to say about you.
Jordan seemed to be a very credible business prospect, winning 7 out of 10 tasks. But there were concerns that he is a facilitator rather than a doer. Jordan hit a brick wall when it came to light that the business he wanted me to invest in wasn't his. In the end, I was quite angry. I was never going to go into business with 2 people. That's why I had to fire Jordan.
Did you not have a specific idea that you wanted to do on your own? I mean, like, you're a smart guy. You were in the investment society. You know about the structure of small businesses. You know, gentleman's agreement. You know that doesn't mean anything. Gentleman's agreement in this kind of context, whatever. So why did you not have a separate idea?
I wanted to show that actually this is something I've been seriously working on, and I'd found a business partner, and I'd started to speak to customers, and I just don't think that really came across. OK, Grant, so it did look like you'd come in on the back of that rather than the other way around. I get that, and it was silly. I think that maybe I should have thought more about how it would come across in something like that.
I mean, businesses, presumably at this stage of it, are springing up and then joining and falling apart and coming together and falling apart.
Yeah, I guess that does happen. It certainly can. But there's still no excuse to go into a process like this and not have that straightened out. But I think you've learned that lesson.
I totally agree.
Are you scared of commitment?
It's not that I'm scared of commitment. It's really just that I think that until we think that something is proven, that we know that people want to use it, it seems like a bit of waste of time and fluff to worry about signing contracts and deciding who owns what. No,
it takes 10 minutes. Go on the internet, it takes 10 minutes, and you set a company up and you say, this person has this shareholding and that person has this shareholding. It's done. It can cost as little as £20 and you've got your company formed. It's in black and white. Everyone knows where they stand. You don't want to have a fallout 6 months down the track when your partner says, no, I'm now going to get 3/4 of the company because I'm the one that put all the ideas and all the energy into it. So get it sorted now, please, please.
It's been a pleasure to have you here for them. You, as I said, it's very, very fast. This. We only get to talk to you for a brief little while. But we do like to give a gift, nonetheless, to our candidates. And ours comes in two parts. The first is obviously that. The second is an egg timer, so that you never make a claim about yourself that you cannot be entirely sure. I'm not going to get you to do it because it would be the most boring 3 minutes of television in history, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But that is for you to go and back up. Jordan, congratulations on reaching the final five. Here are your highlights.
Even when under pressure, I try to remain upbeat. Life isn't about weathering the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain.
I'm singing.
I love pressure.
Make me happy, 990.
An order for 200.
We'd love to do that with you guys.
Very organised, efficient.
A pleasure to work with.
I'm not afraid to try anything. Ooh, maybe I should try that. Is that going to sting my mouth?
Take all our beer!
Jordan's a real team player. Well done.
I do tend to get quite excited about things. I am a strong, sexually liberated, and high-powered woman.
In terms of feedback, everyone likes my hairnet, right?
Yeah.
His heart's in the right place, I think.
No matter what you throw at me, I'll jump it, hurdle it, climb it.
First place is Jordan.
I will succeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Bolton! Right, hover there for a second. Three women were left at the end of this long process, but there's only room for two. One of them had to go.
Difficult decision here, ladies. One which, you know, I might live to regret, but Francesca, you're fired.
Thank you for your time.
I wish you the best of luck.
Please welcome Francesca MacDuff-Varley. Strange mixture of being proud and being disappointed to have come that close, or is it just disappointed?
I did my best. I think third was amazing for me. I was happy with week 1 or 2, to be honest.
Let's take a look where it went wrong for you tonight, though.
I don't think there's anything here that indicates to me that you can run a big business. But I'd be concerned about you investing a significant amount of money with her. I'm not sure she can scale it up. Where are we on sort of turnover and profit?
I don't know to split it up to you, but...
I mean, you should know that. You should know your numbers.
She probably would need your help more than any of them, actually, to deliver this.
We turn over around sort of £50,000–£60,000 profit.
No, hang on. You can't turn over profit.
On her CV here, it says turnover 5 million.
Turnover of £5 million.
It was just a number number 5 came into my head.
It's just farcical.
Do you know what? I am more than happy for today to be over.
One of the phrases that will stick to me from this episode, it was just a number that came into my head.
Well, it was either 5 or 10, and I thought 10 was totally unbelievable.
You just look at... They'll never check. Or bang something down. It's like somebody at the end of like a GCSE maths exam going, oh, what have you done? 7, 24, 5 million. You scrutinise hundreds of business plans. That would have got missed, would it?
That would definitely not have got missed, no. I mean, I think it's great that you've learned a good lesson here, which is perhaps that financials and numbers are not your strength. So...
Accountant for that.
Well, you can get an accountant for that, absolutely. By all means, get a business person or a partner or an accountant or something to work with you that can support you in that area. So you've got the weakness, it's no big deal, but don't gloss over it. Do make sure that you get someone that can help you through that.
I think it'd be fantastic if you could bring your accountant into the house with you as part for the 12 weeks. It's just like, yes, and he is my accountant, just behind you going, I'm just here to juggle the number. You're going to come to me with a calculator.
I'm a choreographer. I go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. There you go. That's...
They're the only numbers you have, and they're the only numbers you need.
That's all we need. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
Kick. So it could have been turnover and turn and turn and turn.
You've got it there.
Yeah. It's great. Like, pick a number. It's fantastic.
It's a brilliant policy, isn't it? It is a brilliant policy to be able to just pluck a number out of thin air. Look, I think it's something that Claude does to people. It's happened in the past. He makes people's maths brains just evaporate.
I don't answer him.
You what, sorry?
I didn't answer. I didn't answer. I just thought he's going to crucify me, whatever I say.
Did you think of saying, why do you think it says 5 there, Claude? You've read the business plan. What do you think?
I loved Claude. He was brilliant.
It's very much the sort of Dr. Evil school of accounting, isn't it? It's like $5 million. You just like randomly... Was it literally just randomly you picked a number that you thought might be...
I just thought, what can I divide really quickly? 10 or 5? 5.
But it was in print. It was in your business plan as well.
I know.
It was on the front cover.
Well, just in case they missed it on page 46.
Just shove it in as well. Were you tempted to do jazz hands at any stage? Just as a kind
well, if
of
it all failed, I'm just going to moonwalk down the boardroom table.
Just slowly. Oh, my legs are moving, but I seem to be leaving the room. How is this happening? And that's the plan I presume you're continuing with. Like Zumba or one of these things as well.
Yeah, like fitness exercise, sort of group exercise is huge. Everyone's heard of Zumba, Bokwa, power hoop, it's massive. And, you know, casting aspersions, but most women like to go to classes and do it in a group, not the gym. So there's a massive market for somewhere like, you know, big like that in the north as well.
OK, you've been praised by the other candidates throughout for being a fair and straightforward person to work with, but that doesn't mean you don't have your fierce side.
No, we'll come out fighting.
What don't you understand about shut up?
Pussycats come in many sizes, and to be honest, that's leopard skin you're wearing sometimes, rather than...
leopard skin.
You do like a leopard skin? It does, but you got feline eyes, you know, and moves like a cat. Meow. The dancing is so addictive. I can't get a quick thing. The fearsome face is a look you've cultivated within the classes. Is it useful to have that kind of...
I didn't even know I pulled those faces. You know, I'm quiet, think no one's going to know what I'm thinking. They know what I'm thinking. I need to stop that.
Oh, look, there's no... What, you thought that was your poker face? Do you find that intimidating, Andy?
No, it was fun. You should do it all the time. Like, just whenever you go into a shop, maybe buying shoes, it's just, shoes. Just do it.
This is me happy.
I need these in a size 6.
You did say that one of your key skills was planning and creativity. That kind of bit you a bit when you did the away day, corporate day, because that was the one that was most obviously tuned towards you, which is kind of a classic Apprentice thing, that people do the thing that's most tuned to them. I did love your motivational speech, though. I thought it spoke a deep core. Oh, the bit where you said, I, for example, wanted to be a police officer. I'm not. I spoke to a lot of people who wanted to be something but aren't, and didn't tell them to become the thing. Just said, I wanted to be an astronaut. I'm not. You made it to task 11. Let's hear what Lord Sugar had to say about you.
Francesca has done well to reach this stage of the process. She's always conducted herself with dignity, but I haven't really seen much entrepreneurial flair. She's been running her business for many years, but I'm not convinced that she has the confidence and ability to raise it to the next level, and that's why Francesca had to go.
You're presumably going to try to prove him wrong on that, aren't you?
You've got to respect Lord Sugar. He knows exactly what he's doing and what he's looking for as well. And I think I'm in a business sort of area that he doesn't necessarily understand as much. And I think in a lot of elements he was right, that I've got a lot of learning to do to take it bigger. But it's something I definitely want to do, so I'm not going to not do it. So I'm going to take on board what he said and just learn from that and hopefully move forward. Absolutely,
yeah. And then hopefully at some stage someone will genuinely go, by the way, you've just turned over 5 million. You go, I never thought I'd see that. Fantastic that happened. Listen, we're going to leave you with the gift, and this show couldn't make one of your dreams come true. But there is one dream you've held since you're a child, and if there's anything we can give you, it's some image of how you would have looked, both snarling and growling. The face. This is the police officer we think you would have been.
Yes. That's brilliant.
Francesca, congratulations on making it to the last 3. Here are your highlights.
I'm firm, I'm fair, I'm feisty, and I'm very ambitious.
20. Make it 20.
Could we go to maybe 50?
Okay.
We've now sold 174.
People do tend to underestimate me at first. I don't know if it's the blonde hair and the dance background. My motto in life is go hard or go home. I'm tough as old boots.
Francesca's one of my favourite people in the house.
Oh, I love her to bits.
Underneath, I know what I'm talking about. Potatoes, potato. If it sticks, it's ready. What you see is what you get. Let's just hope everyone else can deal with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Francesca McDuffie. The firing of our final candidate tonight was a surprise to all of us and a surprise and a regret for Lord Sugar.
Neil, if this was all about giving someone a job, I'll give you a job tomorrow, right? But coming into business with me, I'm afraid not, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed that, Neil, it is with regret that I have to say to you that you're fired.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Please welcome Neil Clough. So I really don't have to ask you if you're gutted. It was fairly clear that you were, weren't you?
I find it very difficult to take right now, so I'm a little bit emotional about it because I give it everything I had. I respect everything that Lord Sugar said. For me, it was a right decision. I've not set up a business before. It's the first business plan that I've ever written, and obviously I've come very, very short. So gutted, made a mistake, but respect the decision.
OK, well, tell you what, let's have a look at this now. Lord Sugar and his advisor were desperate for you to change your plan, but it wasn't to be.
My business plan is an online estate agency business where the vendors do their own viewings and to get estate agents to advertise their properties on my website.
It don't work, it don't make sense. On the one hand, you're saying what I'm going to do is allow individuals not to use estate agents and to actually sell through my website their property. But on the other hand, you actually say, oh, and by the way, I also want estate agents to come on my website. The same guys I'm screwing over here, I want you to come on and spend some money with me. I don't get it.
What's your plan B?
This is the one I'm passionate about, and this is the one that I want him to invest in me.
But you've got no chance.
I have.
No, you don't.
I definitely have.
He seems to be very, very wedded to his idea.
This is disappointing.
I believe this is the one that I know I can make a success.
No, you can't. It is a shame that you're still sitting here believing in it. The right man, but the wrong plan.
That's a tough pill to take, although, to be honest, they did try to tell you. How many times they tried to tell you?
I think I had a heads up, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think it got to the point where I really did believe that the idea that I had, and that's all it was, an idea, was going to be something that was going to make me successful. And it got to the point I'd gone so far through towards the end, and Lord Sugar was saying, but what's the contingency? And I think I'd gone so far down that road, and that I had to stick to my plan, because that's what I'd written, I believed in it, and I stuck by it. And now I realise it's completely wrong, and unfortunately, you know, it's a bitter pill to take, but at the same time, you know, I've learned a lot from the experience, and I'm probably not the right person to ask if anybody wants a business plan writing. That's for sure.
Possibly not right now, no. But yeah, but you've taken a huge leap up a learning curve from this, like whatever, and not least in if people are hinting as strongly as that. Were you shouting? Were you shouting at the telly?
I was. I really get you, Neil. I thought you were amazing. I thought your self-belief and your passion and your determination, I really thought you were terrific. I really did.
Thank you.
What you have, I know you. You are that entrepreneur that has something so deep inside them that really is going to be successful, and you're going to be brilliant one day, and you will find the right plan. Don't give up.
Thank you.
I was a massive Neil fan. I still am a massive Neil fan. And I think that whatever you do, you're going to be really successful. It was just frustrating watching you basically pitch the TV show Cribs as a business idea. Guys, welcome to my house. Let me show you around. I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work for everyone. Certainly not around my house. It'd be like, oh, look, that's where I keep the clothes. On the floor. Call it the wardrobe. It wouldn't work for everyone. And I was begging you just to have any flash of inspiration at the last minute. Like, they're going plan B, plan B, plan B. Think of anything. Inflatable shoes. Done. Because I think Lord Sugar would have gone for it. Like, a business plan with a tiny modicum of success to it, I think he would have snapped it up.
Yeah. Andrew, you go?
Well, yeah, the unfortunate thing about your business plan was just that sort of paradox of it. It was like, you know, inviting chickens to come and eat at Nando's. Do you know what I mean? It's just like... We're not going to go for it.
You've been a huge player in this entire process right from the very, very start. Right from the start, you were making your presence felt.
I've come up with absolutely everything in terms of this task.
I've come up with all the ideas today. I believe I was the main decision maker, and that's why we won the task. Behind every great project manager, there's a Neil Clough.
I think we've probably done enough to win.
You lost.
No, have you been X now?
Absolutely not. My motivation comes from when I was 18 years of age and my dad passed away from cancer. Dad wanted to push me to be a football player.
Neil's really stood out for me. He's very engaging, he's very warm, and he can relate to everyone at quite a personal level.
Everybody should always have one key motivation. Make sure that you do everything you can to go out and get it.
I have to tell you, they were very impressed with you, Neil.
Thank you.
Very impressed indeed.
So you impressed the entire way through, and also, by the way, you gave great Neil Clough speeches. Because it was one of the features of the entire process was Neil Clough saw that had to be done, and Neil Clough did what had to be done. That's what Neil Clough does. And there was you were very good at giving a pocket-sized, punchy version of what Neil Clough has done today that has made that thing work for that team. Well, let's have a listen to what Lord Sugar has to say about you.
Neil's been a very strong candidate throughout, demonstrating his determination to succeed. However, Neil's greatest flaw is his inability to listen to sound advice and to change his plan. I'm very sorry that Neil's stubbornness has resulted in him having to leave this process just before the final task, but he really gave me no other choice but to fire him.
Would you say you're a better listener now?
I definitely think that's one thing that I've learned through the whole process is sometimes maybe you don't know it better than the people that you're speaking to, and certainly not to Lord Sugar and Lord Sugar's aides that were trying to give me the signs. But, you know, I regret not changing my plan now, but at the same time, you know, all I can do is listen, learn, and hopefully take their advice and become bigger and better through doing it.
OK, 11 tasks to go. 16 candidates started their journey to become Lord Sugar's business partner. Now only 2 remain. So will it be Louisa or Leah who win Lord Sugar's £250,000 investment? Dale, in that final, who would your money be on?
My money's on Leah, I think. I think she's very intelligent, she's very professional. I think she's quite a potent combination. She's also a consistent overachiever. I think she'll do well.
Matt?
Well, I like cakes, and my lips are already luscious enough, so I'm going to say Louisa.
Anna?
Yeah, I'm going to say Louisa. I mean, I don't quite get the business plan. I don't think Mr. Kipling's got anything to worry about just yet.
You've been a terrific competitor all the way through this. It's been, you know, into every task and everything you've done, like whatever. It's been a pleasure to have you here. We want to give you something to take back to Cheshire with you, and it's always difficult to come up with a suitable gift and something that, for one thing, that you don't already have. So we got you a musical gift, because you definitely don't have this. It's an album by Plan B. Popped into my head. Fine urban artist whose work I think you'll enjoy. And there's a hidden message within that. 11 tremendous tasks, Neil. Here are your highlights.
3, 2, 1.
Action.
Last 5 minutes! Collector's item. Soft on the backside.
He's got your back, he's loyal.
Are you powerful enough? Damn right.
I like him.
That was great.
First time I've ever driven a Ferrari. I don't know whether I'm tired or excited.
There's nobody that I've met that has a more competitive edge than myself.
Only 9 more of you to get fired until I win.
A landslide victory.
Quite a genuine guy.
It's lovely. It's called the sales orgasm, 3 yeses.
Milkshakes, milkshakes, milkshakes.
Move!
Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Clough. And that's the end of You're Fired for this series, thanks to all of my guests. Next Wednesday, however, we become You're Hired and move to BBC One as part of a 2-hour Apprentice special when Louisa and Leah face the final task and we'll discover which one of them has won.
Convince me that you should be my business partner.
Is this not beautiful to you? This is beautiful to me.
What we've got is something out of Barbie.
I think that's good.
Do you?
I really like myself on that. Masturbate?
Facial fillers, shaving cuts, needles
And skin peels.
No.
That wasn't a brilliant comment.
I'm going to pretend to be your mum.
I get a little bit concerned.
Just needs to calm down.
I don't have time to discuss it anymore. Relax, look happy. Can someone who's creative please find an ending that is strong?
How much trouble can I get in with cupcakes?
God's sake.
It wasn't awful.
Sorry.
And also, you don't have to wait a whole week for more from The Apprentice because there's a bonus programme called Why I Fire Them. It's on tomorrow night at 10:35 on BBC One. I'll be back for that 2-hour Apprentice final special on BBC One next Wednesday, the 17th of July at 8 p.m. That's an hour earlier than usual. I can't wait. It's a very good one. Good night.
And the fired candidates will be chatting to Greg James tomorrow afternoon from 4 on BBC Radio 1. Meanwhile, as Dara mentioned, Lord Sugar has some explaining to do. Why I Fired Them is at 10:35 tomorrow, BBC One.